Huh. How did you get in here? Is it coming through the portal? Alright, so this is my modded Minecraft world again. And we're gonna just be doing some stuff around the base. You can look here and see we got 13 quadruple compressed cobblestone in here. And soon I need to upgrade this system a little bit further. This is one of the easiest things to do, is more world interaction upgrades. I might need to make another compacting drawer. I think I've still got some item ducts and things like that, so I can transfer the items around. But today we're going to do a little bit of ore processing, and I did a little bit of iron here. Alright. One thing I wanted to do is process some of this ferrous ore down. Oh, I actually need to put that dark steel ball in first. Nice. So the pulverized shiny metal has a kind of low drop rate, as you can see. There we go, getting a little bit more of it. And from what I've found, there is no ore generation for the shiny metal, and so this is the main way you can get it, from the ferrous ore as a secondary output. So the dark steel ball is about the best grinding tool, or whatever you want to call it, for this. Get a little bit of that. Now, part of the reason we need it is it's used in the recipe, let's see if I can find it, for Enderium. So 1 shiny metal will translate to 4 Enderium, but the biggest limitation there again is ender pearls. So actually, let's cook up a little bit of this stuff. I think I can change this over to furnace and throw that in. It cooks 3 of them at a time, which is kind of cool. These spiders are about to drive me nuts. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but here we go. So eventually I'd like to get a decent amount of Enderium, because that's some of the best weapons and tools in the game, or at least in this mod pack, are made out of Enderium. Wrong chest. Let's put this away. I cooked up a little bit of steak, and I'm actually going to try to make a culinary generator today. So I think I need some. Let's see here. I know I need some cobblestone, so let's go down here and see if we can just pull out. There we go, a little bit of compressed cobblestone. Not too bad. Alright, actually let me close this door. Pick up some redstone. I know I'm gonna need some iron. I'm not sure what else I need, but we'll figure it out along the way. So here's the culinary generator, and basically it burns food. I need some wood. But basically it burns food to make energy, or RF. So it's kind of a interesting way whenever you got a bunch of extra food laying around and that kind of thing, like this 17 stacks of toast over here. So let's see here. Survivalist generator, piston. Let's go ahead and make 2 of them for now. Alright. And what am I missing? Furnace. I didn't get enough cobble. Alright, that should be enough, hopefully. Alright. Now let's see if we can make that one. There's 2 of those. And then the culinary generator. There's one. I think I need a little bit more iron. There we go. Oh. There we go. So we got 2 culinary generators, and the amount of power they generate changes a little bit based on what type of food you put in. So I'm actually going to put these back here. Put one there for now. Let's just see how much it generates. Okay, that's kind of cool. So 28 RF per tick is how much that generates. And 55,000 RF from one piece of toast. So let's make sure that's outputting. Yep. Nice. Alright, so this is a neat little way we can, burn up some of this extra toast, because I've got quite a bit of that there. So let's actually set up this second one. Make sure that's outputting there. Yep. Alright, so it's not any kind of really powerful RF generation or anything like that, but it's a decent way to use some of that. Now I think if you get a the X8 and the X64 generators, they generate a lot faster, but for now we'll leave it at that, because I need a lot of ender pearls to be able to make a QED for that. So let's actually look in here and see what a QED costs. So 2 Eye of Ender and 5 Ender infused obsidian, which that's just 2 ender pearls, because it's a 1 to 4. 4 diamonds, and then another ender infused obsidian, and some burnt quartz. Alright, so how many ender pearls is that? So 2, 3, 4. Alright, so not as bad as I thought. So 4 ender pearls, and then what were the is it a crystal? Yep, ender flux crystal. So I need another 2 ender pearls for each ender flux crystal, and the more crystals you have around the QED, the faster it crafts. So technically I think you only have to have 1, but it's really slow crafting with that. Alright, so I've decided to try to find the fortress. So I'm going to make some Eyes of Ender, see if I can find it. But first I'm going to figure out the best way to get the most out of my blaze rods here. So I can just craft it into 2. Actually works as a fuel. Kind of neat. Macerator will give you 5. Pulverizer 4. Sag mill will give you 4. Alright, let's just do the sag mill since that's what I've got. I'm just going to do one of them for now, in case I need to use the others for something else. Alright, let's throw those back in there, and I'm actually only going to make 2 of these. There we go. And I've actually never done this before. It's kind of funny. I've played Minecraft for several years, and I've never actually searched around to find the entrance into the end. So let's see where this goes. Okay, so it's this direction. And I actually didn't realize you lose those. So I guess I'm gonna have to kill a bunch of Endermen on some of these, I guess, nights and things like that. Alright, let's see here. So eventually, once I find it, Ender pearls won't be a problem, but for now, it's a little bit rough trying to find them. Alright, so I kind of figured out something I'm going to try. It may not work the greatest, but I'm going to see if I can set up a, where'd the recipe go? Can you not do it with wood slabs? Alright, it must have to be a different material, so let's try these. There we go. Alright, so we'll start off with this. I'm going to go down into my little mining area and see if I can set up some type of a spawner. I know I don't have any actual spawners. I could go into the nether and get that blaze spawner if I wanted to do that. I actually went the wrong way. But I'm going to take out some of the lights, see if I can set up these fans to push the mobs to a certain area. I'm not sure the best grinder or method of killing to use. I know if I just use the like the punji sticks from Tinker's, it'll kill them, and I don't think it'll destroy the items, but it will also not drop any XP. So if I want to use it for an XP farm, I need to use a different method. The other thing is I'm not sure about how close I have to sit for this to be effective. So let's see here. I'm actually going to close off a little area and see if I can make a spawning room real quick. Alright, so this is my little area, and it's not really that clean or anything, but you can see, and I'm still holding down my forward button, but if I let go, I get pushed out to here. Alright, and that last little part I ran. But I'm going to kind of close this up and see if I actually get anything to spawn. The reason I made it this high is so it actually does spawn Enderman in here. And I know it works a little bit better in something like Skyblock, which is the last thing I made a spawning room in. Let's see, do I have any? Yeah, let's do it that way. So it blocks out all the light, but I can still see in there and still hit things like that. Alright, so I know it probably won't work as well as Skyblock because there's a lot of other places for mobs to spawn in, but in this little area there's really not that much because I've opened up a lot of this and been lighting it up. So I'm going to do a bit of mining and I'll see if anything actually spawns in there. Alright, so I've been mining down here for a little bit, clearing out some more space, and nothing spawned in there yet. So I think to be able to spawn in Endermen and things like that reliably, I either need to make a powered spawner from Ender.io, which requires vibrant crystal, Z-Logic controller, electrical steel. It's not terrible, but it takes several steps to get everything together. Or a auto spawner from MFR, or Mine Factory Reloaded. So the biggest thing for both of these is I'm missing emeralds. I actually don't think I have any. I'd have to look back and see. Haven't been back upstairs yet. And I need to either catch an Enderman in a safari net or in a soul vial from Ender.io to be able to make the spawner. Because I think... There we go. So yeah. So that's part of the deal with that. Now, what is this? The porta spawner. Okay, that requires nether star, indirium, or vibrant alloy. Yeah, I don't have that stuff yet. And that's only peaceful, so I can't craft it. So, what I'm going to do, let's see how much of this is still up on my map. So if you look at the bottom, you can see the biome that you're in. I'm actually going to look around on this map for a minute and see if I can find extreme hills. Alright, so I didn't see extreme hills right off, so I'm going to go back upstairs and start on a little bit of an adventure, see if I can find a extreme hills biome so I can get some emeralds. But first I'm going to check and make sure I don't actually have any and I'm being dumb. Alright, so no emeralds in here, but I just realized a way I might be able to go get some emeralds. So first I'm going to go harvest some of my wheat, and actually that's my hang glider. Go. Pick this up and see if I can trade with a villager. So if I can do that, then I'll just need the wrong way. Then I'll just need to catch an Enderman after that. There we go. Had to turn my jetpack back on. Let's see if we can get up here and see if any of the villagers are actually still left. See if there's some still alive up here. See one on my map. And the cool thing about the spawners is you can actually catch villagers and make villager spawners. In the wrong place? I believe I am. So there's a reason he's still here. Okay, so he needs cooked fish instead of wheat. So I may fly to the other village, but for now I think I'm going to call that episode there. We didn't get a whole lot done, but we've got a little bit of planning. We know where we're headed for the next episode. Alright, so this is Stonewall signing off. I'll see you in another video.